So the weather outside's been frightful, of course, but the trees look quite delightful. Not really. It's time to start the fight against the aphids in here. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. So I've been going in here by hand and knocking them out, killing whatever I see. So there's a few here, and I've just been rubbing them and squishing them in my fingers and washing my hands after, of course. But there's a lot in here. I'm not seeing them, and I'm not able to reach them. There's a lot of new growth, like here, that has aphids on it. So I'm going to need to pull these out one at a time there and get at her. Let me see if I can show you these guys here. All this new growth, I was just covered in them, poor little trees. Look at them all on there. Look at, you can see them on my finger and everything. It's awful. But bugs are part of the adventure. So let's start this part of the adventure by pulling these out of here one at a time. Look at poor trees. These guys too. This one I don't know if it has any, but it needs the canopy opened up a little bit there. So then I can check my cuttings. I took a bunch of leaves off of my bougainvillea cuttings. We'll see if I can actually get some to survive. Yeah. Don't mind my dirty glass. Shh. Alright, let's do this. Well, here we are again on the floor. But it is what it is. So we're gonna take all the seeds from these clovers off of here. I'm gonna check these over for different types of bugs. I know that there's aphids on them, and I'm gonna spot treat them. I've been using just regular soap and water on the peppers to try and kill the aphids, and it works pretty good, but they come back faster than what I can treat them. The leaves react to the soap and water, so I decided to use an insecticide. And I'm not spraying the whole thing with the insecticide. I'm using a Q-tip or a cotton swab, and I'm just spot treating because I don't like using chemicals, but with the adventure I had with the thrips, I'm not going to take a chance with these aphids. They've spread from those pepper plants into here already, and most of my plants are upstairs, and if I get them up there, it's going to be a hell of a fight to get those aphids out. So yeah. So you couldn't really see when I had them in the aquarium there, but you can see the bugs all over. Can you come on, clear up? There it is. You can see them all over the place on everything. Let me see if I can zoom in one more. There. So all the new growth is plagued with these little creatures. Look at them all. Awful things. So we're just going to murder them and their families. So one thing I want to do as well is I want to trim these back a little bit and sort of direct them differently. And that'll also give me a chance to get rid of some of the bugs without having to use any other chemicals any more than what I need. So I've got my plastic bag here. Probably blinded you guys with it because you're closer than what I normally do. And let me just check if you're seeing everything. Yep. Did I hit record? Yep, I hit record. Haha! So I already have the little clovers growing in here. So I'm going to take those out. Might as well weed if I'm in here. This moss is doing so well. Feels dry for some reason, but I know it's not. I love this moss. So, alright. So we gotta try and, oopsie, not destroy the place, but, so we gotta try and separate the trees a little bit. I'll give you a before spin. Oh, we're losing our cords. Oh, it's actually on there pretty solid again now. Same with this one. Good, excellent. This summer when I had them outside, the wind blew them right off the statues. You can see all the seeds all over. The little things are just crazy. All right. So this one's completely loose and the tree's tight, so I might be able to actually take this off. This is perfect. It's just jute. I like to use jute because it doesn't hurt the trees, and if you forget about it, it rots off pretty quickly. And that way it doesn't cut in or anything. Usually breaks apart before it cuts in, especially if everything's all wet all the time. This one I'm not sure yet. Let me see. Oh yeah, it'll stay. Very nice. I can get rid of this too. Perfect. Win-win. Oh yeah, that feels nice and solid. Beauty. I'll have to peek under there. I need to add more moss there. Got a bald spot. Sorry, you're probably just seeing my arm. That wasn't part of the plan, removing that, but that's an added bonus there. Let's peek here. You can see, sort of, eh? Oh yeah, there's definite roots in the moss. Definitely. Definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can't see that. Let me see. Zoom. Zoom. Look at that root in there. Pretty nice, eh? I don't want to play around too much. This one here, it's got sort of a bald spot here. I was hoping some roots would come down there, but it feels nice and solid. It's got roots growing somewhere. Oop. Helps if you can see. There we go. Oh yeah. It's solid in there. I don't want to pick too much off, but I get nosy once in a while and I like to look in there. Ooh, that thickened up really fast. Oh my goodness. Are you able to see that? Jeez. Dropping everything. Wow, that's a crazy root. Just taking the string that I used to originally tie it on. Just taking that out. I did not expect a nice thick root like that. Wow. And look, it looks like it goes over the top. And it's super thick. Wow. I better cover that back up. Wow. Actually, having it in there might be a good time to uncover it, but we want a whole bunch of them to grow. It's like a little toupee. Wonder where it's going, that big one. Wonder if it goes all the way across. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I can't remember where I placed the roots on this originally. I'll have to go back in the other videos and see. Where was I? Whee! Alright, let's get back to the task at hand here, and that's bugs and trims. Maybe we'll just peek in here a little bit. Yep, there's roots all along there too. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know if you can see in that one. Talk about squirrely today. And this one's going tight. Ha! Let me see. There. Zoom in. Zoom. Oh, come on. Move down. Why isn't it moved down? There we go. Now check that out. Move my hand so the light gets in there. Look at that root. Look at that. Wow. That's awesome. All right. Maybe now back to the task at hand. Just put that back and cover my green moss. Wowee, I'm really happy with that. Oops. Sorry, moss. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, so fluffy. The moss is so fluffy. Okay. So we want to separate the trees so it looks like two trees again. Because right now it's sort of like a forest. I put them both in the same pot to save space. And I have the feeling that sometime during the winter, this winter, I'm going to have to separate them. Get them to thicken up. Get them to get thicker. Okay, so we have an eye poker branch here, which I kind of wanted it to go in that direction. And I don't really want it to go straight up yet. Die, bug, die! I got it, haha! It's dead now. I'll go after its cousins. It's war! Oh wow, is it ever bleeding? So I've got a hanging branch here. I wonder if I should leave it. It'd look pretty neat with hanging branches. So I want to shorten all this stuff back, but there's not much to shorten it to. There's a bud way back here starting, which actually I should probably rub off. Okay, fine. I won't rub it off. I'll cut it off. So there. sure is bleeding. These guys are really healthy. Let me show you that. Yeah, if I can, there we go. There. Look at that. It's just bleeding like crazy. That's a good thing. There we go. Alright, so back to the task at hand again. So I don't know if I want one going straight up, but this branch is pretty long. So we have down, and straight up, and then across. So this one is sweeping towards us. Should I make it go back? Should I keep this upper branch? Probably have to. It's the only one I can cut back to safely. It's a pretty odd branch, I guess. Nothing came out this side, like I was hoping. Maybe next round some will come out that side. We'll have to wait and see. But this really needs to be cut back. Okay, so maybe I'll kind of like the direction it's going. This is the front here. I'd like it to sweep around, but it's not going to do that yet. But to be safe, I'm going to cut it back to here, just to be safe, and then hope for some buds back there. And then the other thing I'm going to do is cut this old leaf off, and then nip the growth tip off, and I'm going to nip it all the way back to in front of that bug I just saw there. So then we'll see if we get something coming farther back. Sometimes they bud back, sometimes they don't. It's hit or miss with these guys. Oops, don't hit the camera. Okay, so if we can, look at that, it's dripping. Move this guy over temporarily here. Okay, so I've got something growing into the center here, through the middle, and it looks like over here there are 3 branches growing from one spot. Get closer. If I can get the zoom tapped. And it's higher up. I'll get it eventually. So right here, you can see there's a branch kind of crossing through. And then there's this branch here that I pruned previously, and then a new branch here. So I think I'm going to take off these 2 branches and leave this newest branch, because it's growing in a much better direction. Let's zoom back out again. Fun with cameras. So these 2 are kind of connected together. I'm just going to nip them both right off. And leave that other one there. It's fanning out real nicely. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Ouch. This one's okay. It's coming out like at a 90-degree angle. I don't know why, but it is. But we're going to leave it and see what happens. That one's okay. This one's coming out a little close to the same place, but get my hair out of there. Clean up this wound from previously. This needs to be nipped back. Dead tip come off, and there's a shoot growing straight down. I wonder if that would look good with the tree weeping like that. Guess we can always bring it back later. So, this one here, actually like it, but it's coming from the same point, so we'll have to see what happens later. If it interferes or causes a bulge there or something. So I'm just going to take off this dead tip here from pruning scar from previously. This is growing straight up, and it's probably because it's touching all this stuff here. That's actually going to go into a nice place. Alright, that one's okay. So we're up here. And this is the front. And this is a different tree. I actually think the canopy will probably be here. I don't think I want this tree any taller. I want the statue head to stay looking big, and I think it's cracked. That I was not expecting. Yeah. It cracked in a whole bunch of spots. Wow. That I definitely was not expecting. Wow. Okay, that was a total squirrel. I'll give you a look. I was not expecting that to happen at all. I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to maneuver here. Oh yeah. You can see there's a big crack here, all the way up here. The one I noticed was on her forehead here. Right here. Let me turn this light on. See if that helps. Not really, eh? Okay, I'm gonna shake you guys up. There. Now you guys can see all those cracks. Look at that. Crack there. On her other cheek. I guess it's gonna look realistic. I really hope it doesn't fall apart. Yeah, that I was not expecting at all. It's never gotten cold or anything, not with tropicals on it. Alright. Let's continue our work. Crazy. Crazy. What do I do with my tools now? There they are. Okay. Where were we? With this sticking up branch here. So I'm going to take this old leaf off. And this one sticking up, I'm not sure I'm much of a fan of. But yeah, I'm thinking the canopy will be like here. I think that's high enough. So I think what I'll do is I'll take the top off of this branch and just let it spread sideways with these two here, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm just going to nip that off. that. That brings it down. I know it's hard to tell with this other tree so close. I'm definitely going to have to split them up. Now the internodes are going to be really long because they're not getting any natural sunlight. So back here we've got this big long one here. And this one goes right in between those other two, which is nice. It's got another branch coming out back here. And it's got this one coming down here, which seems to be a theme on this tree. So I'm gonna nip these old leaves off, because the least amount of places those bugs have to land on, the better. I'm gonna leave this downward facing branch. I just want to see what it does. If I can get this tree weeping, I think it would look good over this statue head. Rub off all the bugs while I'm at it. And this right here, start by taking off the old leaf. So if I lift all these off, and you still can't see it, there we go. So we have it coming straight out, and for some reason this tree likes 90-degree angles. And then we have this one coming down weeping, and then it goes way out here. So seems pretty far out, but I gotta get it to bud back. I'm gonna take this dead pruning piece off, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off this new growing tip. There's another one starting here, so just kill that bug there and kill that bug there. Then I'm just gonna cut off that growing tip and see if I can get something to show up further back. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So this tiny little branch here is going to be touching this branch, this upper branch. There's another weeping branch here. This one just seems to like to weep. Take off some of these old leaves here. I should probably leave that. That's going up, but I should probably leave that too. Take off the old leaf. We got a lot of really long internodes. Oh, there's another one coming out of there. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut off the new growing tip. There's another one there. And then see if we can't get something farther back. Take off this old leaf here. And that's going up. But I gotta leave it for now. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a little bitty spider. I'm gonna have to take that little spider off of there. I don't want to kill that. It's just itty bitty. I'll put it down on the date palms there. Come here, buddy. I know, my fingers feel weird. He's so cute. Oh, try and get that in the camera. Where'd he go? I can't see him. There he is. Now focus on that. Oh, almost. Almost had him focused. There he is. Little bitty spider. Sorry, I took you on quite a journey there. I'm just going to put them on my little dates here. So I brought the dates out to check for bugs. I'm just going to put the little spider on the dates because I don't have any bugs on them. There we go. Oops. There. Come on, get on there. I'll probably have to do a cutscene here. Okay. What was I doing again? Oh yeah. Did we finish that? Did I cut things off of here? I don't think I'll cut anything off of there. But I will take that leaf off too. Yeah. I'll probably see more as I'm clearing some. So we have this one coming in between these two. So we have one that's coming out over, one that's coming out under. But we need this branch here. And we have a tiny branch, new branch right here. Coming out this way. And I think we can manage that, but it's coming from the same spot as the other one. So, let's take this big leaf off here. And of course, this one's all covered in bugs. Okay, take off this old leaf. Sorry, I'm trying to do little things as I go. When I'm having a hard time making a decision, I'll just prune off old leaves or clean something or something like that, just to keep going and forward. Okay, so this one's also weeping down. That's weeping down. So I have to eliminate it back to somewhere. I guess I'll have to eliminate back to, or cut back to this bit of upwards growth, because that's kind of all there is. Take this old leaf off. Now this one is going over top of this bottom one, but everything's long and lanky right now. There's not much I can do about it. This one I also want to keep, even though they're coming from the same point. This one here is also weeping, which is kind of cool. So I've got a big long straight section here, but the only bud that started is heading towards the other branches. So I actually have to, this one here, it's heading inward, so I actually have to take that off. I would like the growth to come out this way. I took the old leaf off with it, so it's going to look really long and straight now. Take that big leaf off. And there's actually some new growth right here. I am going to take all of this stuff off, but because I cut that leaf off without thinking, this leaf here, I have to leave this leaf to make sure that the sap flow continues. And I see that there's actually 2 buds started here. but I'm going to cut all of that off right there. And then hopefully this bud here activates and it starts to grow out this way more. Up under here, there's a branch that really didn't do anything after the last pruning. I'll just take the stub off there. And I have to move around a bit. My legs are going numb on me. And we have this big branch over here that's going right into the other tree. But we kind of want a branch over there, so we'll have to just pretend the other tree's not there for a bit. Take the big leaf off. Probably only getting my arms in there. Big shots of my arms. Not much room in here, so I'm limited to what I can do. So this one is in a good place. Actually, this little branch that didn't do anything, I'm going to remove it completely. And I might even take this one off at some point and see if I get something better. There's 3 from that exact same spot there, and I'm not liking that. It's going to thicken that little spot up too much. And this is coming off at a really strange angle, but I need something over there until we can get something else on this side growing. So I think what I'll do is I'll just nip all of the tips off, because at some point in time this branch is going to have to come off. It's at a really strange angle. So off come all the growing tips to see if it'll force some growth back. Oops. Did I get them all? There's one more here, but oh wow. There are a lot of bugs on this branch right here. And that branch is growing straight up, and I know it's on the other tree, but we're just going to quickly nip that off. Look at all the bugs on that. Oops, the light, oh, camera light's still on. Sorry about that. Look at that. That's crazy. Part of the adventure. We'll stick those guys out in the cold. Alright, back to our interfering branch here. Yeah, I see bugs on there too. Did I get all the tips on there? I think so. I think actually what I'll do is I'll take it right back, because this branch will get eliminated. It's the angle is just really too strange. And this one seems to be the theme for this tree as well, to grow everything from the same spot. But we got the weeping branches, which might turn out to be cool. So we'll see. Let's see what it looks like from the front. This tree has a interesting little shape to it. It doesn't quite know where it's going yet, and I don't know where it's going yet. So I think with this one, I need to chop this back because it's going to interfere, and I'm going to take this old leaf off and take this branch back to this little straight section here. I know it looks silly. Oh, can you even see that? You can't even see that. I'm such a bad host. And now I made you all crooked. So this one here, I took it back to this weird straight section, and that's just to save that leaf so we can try and get something growing over there. See what happens. There's a little bud coming out this way. I'm going to leave it for now, see what it does. And, ouch. There's a little branch here growing from the same spot. I'm not sure if I should keep that. I might, because I might be able to keep this branch and get rid of this whole big branch. Yeah, I'll see how it develops. We'll give it a little bit first before I do that stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move over to this tree.